United States, UK, Canada, Australia, Germany, what you are looking for. Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, Kingston, Vancouver, which city are you looking for? University of Ottawa, Carleton, Queens, McGill, Concordia, which university you are looking for. Based on your criteria, this can be very challenging. Today I am going to talk about the universities I looked at, the cities they are situated in, and what are the criteria I used to finalize my university, and which university I finalized and what are the criteria I used. What do you think which university I finalized for myself and what might be the factors? They are a little bit different. I'll come to that at the end of this video. I am here to provide you the tools that can help you to navigate this path easily. Welcome to the new episode of my series, My Journey to the Masters. Choosing the university where you want to pursue your masters or PhD, basically any higher education, can be very tricky. At the same time, it's one of the most important decisions in your life. As I'm currently in Ottawa, I was looking for the cities I can drive in 2-3 hours. Basically, I wanted to attend the classes in person. So I had the options very much restricted. I looked at Kingston, it's 2 hours from Ottawa. I looked at Ottawa, I looked at Montreal. I actually didn't look for Toronto because it's 4 hours and not so easy. When you finalize the location where you want to pursue, what is the next step? Look for the universities available in those regions. Similarly, for me, I concentrated for Queen's University, that's in Kingston. I looked at University of Ottawa, Carleton, it's in the city of Ottawa. I looked at McGill and Concordia, it's in the city of Montreal. How do you compare these universities? What are the parameters you need to look for? How important are those cities even where these universities are situated? Do you need to consider that? Let's first compare the universities I looked at. The first thing you should start with is looking at the ranking or reputation of the university. There are many websites like QS World or Times who can help you to find out. Now the question is how this ranking helps you. If you are looking for a top-notch university, you should be looking for 1 to 100 or 1 to 200 max. So if you're looking for Canada, it's basically you're talking about Ryerson University in Toronto or McGill University in Montreal. Now, if you're not looking for a top-notch university, you're looking for something that's closer to you, that match your schedule, you can attend while doing your job. At the same time, you can find the course you want to learn. You can literally look for something like 200 to 1000. I personally myself won't go for a university that's more than 1000 in the rank. Now the question is it only the ranking that can help you to decide? Answer is clear, it's not. You need to look at other things. So ranking actually can help you to understand the reputation of the university, but it's one of the parameters you need to look at, not the only parameter. You need to look at course fees, acceptance rate, whether the university or the particular course you're looking at needs GMAT, GRE scores. Do you have that or not? What kind of CGPA they're asking for? Do you have the CGPA or not? Maybe additionally you need to look for in-campus accommodation is available or not. Most of the Canadian cities have a lot of good options available for students to stay around the universities. I personally know a lot of students actually look for whether the accommodation is available within the university or not. Now, comparing all the universities I talked about like Queen's, McGill, Concordia, Carleton and University of Ottawa, how these universities compare to each other on those parameters. If you're looking for the reputation, McGill is a top notch within this list. Next, I think it's Queen's. Now CGPA and GMAT requirements are actually very specific to courses, so you have to go and actually look at the websites of the university you're applying for. In campus accommodation is available for all the universities are listed here, but look for Queen's and McGill. I think the availability is limited, and for rest it's not. In terms of application acceptance rate, I think Carleton is the lowest one. It's average out to 21%. Then you have McGill, and then come others. Concordia has, I think, the most acceptance rate among these 5 universities. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the cities where these universities are situated. This is also very much important because once you choose your university, you are going to spend a substantial amount of time from your life in those places. So, in terms of the parameters a student will look at, it's very important you understand the city also in parallel with the university so that you don't face any problem when you start your class. I just tried to pull out a quick comparisons in terms of the cost of living. It talks about the housing, transportation, grocery, entertainment, food, how they compare to each other. At the same time, I tried to capture the taxes and availability of taxes and how close the cities are from the international airport. If you're an international student, that might be a deciding factor. The universities I was comparing, none of them actually is from Toronto, but Toronto I put it as a best reference point so that you understand how these cities are placed in terms of cost of living. If you compare these four cities in terms of cost of living, I think Toronto is max, then it comes Ottawa, then Montreal, then Kingston. There's only one tricky point between Kingston and Montreal you compare. In general, the cost of living is higher in the Montreal, but surprisingly, housing is costlier in Kingston than Montreal. In terms of transportation, monthly passes, in terms of grocery cost, you will spend. Ottawa is little bit higher side than Montreal, but they are comparable. But the difference is not big. Most of the international flights from Ottawa airport it goes to United States. There are few to Europe, but not in South Asian countries. Montreal and Toronto has their own international airport and you can travel to anywhere. Kingston doesn't have one. The nearest one is Toronto. In terms of sales tax, it's 30% for all the cities, or it's for the province of Ontario. So Kingston, Toronto, and Ottawa is covered under that. For Montreal, it's under province of Quebec, and it's going to be approximately 15% as it's in Quebec. Minimum wage also might be important factor for you. For international students, if you're coming to the city, you might be working part-time to support cost of education. The minimum wage in province of Ontario is little bit more than province of Quebec right now. I think it's $1 difference, like 16.5 versus 15.5. Might be important factor for you trying to plan and earn while studying. You might need to consider one more thing. What is the future job perspective going to be there? In terms of that, Toronto is the best place with a lot of opportunities. It's one of the rapidly growing IT hub within the world. Ottawa and Montreal also has good job opportunities. Ottawa specifically has a lot of jobs for the government sector, like federal government jobs, provincial government jobs. And now to the point, which university I finalized. I actually choose Carleton University for my master. There's a program called Technology Innovation Management in Carleton University. I applied for that. There are multiple pathways within that program. I choose MDT, that's called Masters in Digital Transformation and Entrepreneurship. For me, the choice was pretty much natural. It's close to my home, it's just 20 minutes driving distance. They have a class schedule of 6 to 9 in the evening that helps me to continue with my work at the same time my study. I was looking for entrepreneurship as one of the subjects in my masters, at the same time focus on AI and digital transformation. So it's combined in MDT that you choose for. I hope I was able to provide a lot of useful information that might help you when you're searching for the university within Canada. Those parameters are very generic and can be applied for any university you are looking globally. If you have any question or if you want me to add any particular information in my future video, please drop a message in the comments. Thanks for joining, keep learning and stay engaged. Bye for now. See you next time.